Hello, everyone. Oh, crap. Hello, everyone. After reading both of the scripts in English and in Spanish, although there were no physical things that were left out, no acts or anything, I did notice that a few components did stand out. The choices that the translator made in their work, expressions in the original language that don't exist in the other language, parts being left out from the translation, such as sentences, and translation of character names. So, for example, I have a passage here from the script, and I'll read it in Spanish. Si de Carlos la Gala y Bizarria puedo por si mover a mi cuidado, como pareciera siendo enviado, lo que solo por si bien parecía, si sin triunfo rendirle pretendía sabiendo, ya que vive rodado que victoria será verle apartado de quien antes por suyo la tenía. So if you were to translate this in literal English, it would say, since the grace that Carlos had was enough power to make me love him, how will they appear now that jealousy adds to the attraction? If I tried to vain to win his love, knowing he loves another, what would I gain by keeping him apart from his first love? So this is the literal translation, and if you were to translate this as the playwright and translator did, if Carlos's gallant, sorry, I know you can see this, if Carlos's gallant splendor could by itself move me to care, does not envy enhance beyond measure all that naturally made him so fair? If I thought to win him without fighting, now that I know he's in love, won't victory be much more exciting when he's parted from his sweet precious dove? So the reason I think the translator made this decision to alter the script a little bit was because, first, that Spanish is a very hard language to translate literally. It's a romantic language, so you can't break it down. And if you were to break it down as you saw on the text on the left, that's how it would be. Also, when you're reading the text on the left, it's not as emotional and doesn't give off the character's feelings, I guess you could say. It makes it a little more of a wanting from this character, that more of like an attraction. It emphasizes how much he cares rather than the literal translation. And I think that's the choice that the translator chose to make, and that was something considered. Another thing I wanted to point out was Don Pedro and Don Juan. So there in the script is actually Senor Pedro and Senor Juan. And I think the reason that this decision was made, because in the Spanish culture, Don isn't really used for a title. Like, that's more of an Italian thing. It means boss, for like a leader in a mafia gang. And while that can be what they represent, you wouldn't say Don. That Don is used more casually. Like if you're seeing one of your friend's uncles or something, while in Italian it's more of a title. So in Spanish you typically say senor. So I thought that was just interesting, and I think the reason they did this was because they wanted to emphasize the positions of these characters, and I guess the translator thought this was appropriate, but it is more Italian culture than Spanish. So another thing that I noticed in the translation were that there are certain expressions, obviously, that exist in Spanish that don't exist in English. So, for example, I have a line here in the Spanish script: introducen los cielos su veneno, and the literal translation would be, do the skies introduce their poison? So reading this line, obviously, it doesn't make too much sense, like if skies are introducing their poison. So the play translation would be, jealousy has injected its poison. And I think the reason that the translator did this was because to emphasize that it's jealousy and it's not coming from nowhere, because if you were to read that the skies introduced their poison, it wouldn't make too much sense. So just the choice, going back to what I said about the translators choosing to include certain words, is to more emphasize and make more and kind of get rid of analogies, so it's easier for the reader to comprehend what's going on and more of the emotions. And that's another reason, just to make the script a little more emotional and just to not confuse readers. So I guess that's it. Thank you for watching.